Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 8 of Direwolf20's server play series on Forgecraft2. How you doing, Soren?
Good.
Oh, we got some fancy stuff going on here. What are you making?
Up and down story floors.
Cool. Have I scanned the Soren? I scanned the Soren. Who's hanging out?
Yeah.
Direwolf, Mr. Okushama, Soren, Quetzi, RW Tema, Neptune Pink. Who else is on TeamSpeak with us? Is Professor and Sarge still here?
I'm still here. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
So I hope everybody saw the episode of Dire News where I announced Sarge got hired by Mojang. Congratulations, Sarge. I can say it to you on camera now.
Thanks a lot.
Soren is also streaming, so I hope everybody in Soren's stream kind of shouted a congratulations to Sarge. I'm hoping that was done, but I don't know.
I hope it will be done. If not,
I think it's about time to have it done.
right.
Where's my bat box? I probably left it in my CESU. Yeah, there it is. Cool. So, Soren, I've got a little bit of magic research going on, obviously, but not a ton yet. But I believe you are looking for a wand of equal trade.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I think we can make that happen. I did get the research for that, and a couple other wand caps. I have just a basic wand still, nothing too terribly fancy or exciting. Need to do a lot of research basically around Thaumcraft, but we're not going to focus too much on Thaumcraft this episode. And I kind of want to do a little bit of Thaumcraft behind the scenes more so, especially the research and the basic stuff, just because we focused a lot on Thaumcraft in the last season. But we'll definitely be on camera to do the major stuff like getting this whole area set up. Soren right now is working on building the room where we'll have the Thaumcraft stuff. So I'm guessing we're going to have like the infusion table in the center here with all the stuff around the edges, right? Then you're going to build a second story, and the second story will be what?
It should be wand recharging.
All right. We don't need that much space for wand recharging, though.
No.
So, like, I guess we could have just like straight above, like right on top of where the infusion table would be the center of the wand recharge pedestal, and kind of like we had on Forgecraft2. Like I felt like that was a really good design, so I kind of want to stick with that.
Okay.
Cool. So let's see, wand of equal trade for Soren. I think we can manage this. See, I don't have too much stuff done yet. I've gotten a little bit, but not a ton. That's excavation, equal trade. I need quicksilver, 2 entropy, 2 order. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. 2 order, 2 entropy, a quicksilver, and some nether quartz. Should be in here. Yeah, I'll definitely take care of this for you, buddy. Do you have a wand?
Yay. I do not.
You do not. Well, you need a wand.
I have not done any Thaumcraft on this server yet.
You, sir, need a wand.
I do. And I can either make one or you can.
Or I can just give you one, which is probably what I'll end up doing. But
much better.
I take no responsibility for charging it. I have started making note of where nearby. We have some, you can see them on my map and on my screen right now where I've got some nodes marked out. But
Okay, so in about 5 days I'll know where they are.
well, I'm thinking, didn't I pull that thing into my inventory? It might have just been a ghost.
We'll probably move them anyways and know it, won't we?
Yeah, I will definitely be moving them as soon as possible. Like, our goal is to have like a nice wand recharge station set up.
I'll get that chest down there, but I'm not here.
All right, sir, where you at? There you are. Just listen for the sounds of pain and falling.
Right?
Wand of equal trade and wand. Alright, so Soren's job is to build this nifty place. I think I like that height. That looks like a pretty good height to me. We're also going to have an elevator, right? That goes up there?
Yes.
Cool.
And it'll probably just be like right here, so just real quick.
Yeah, so like maybe I can just walk in and like straight up to the top as needed to get up there, recharge my wand, shoot back down. I think that sounds awesome. All right, so let's see. I would like to start working on, I think, maybe some factorization stuff. Because from what I've heard, now rumor is, and I don't know if I'm 100% right on this, but I've heard that if you use factorization stuff, you can do a little bit of ore processing with the nether ores from, yeah, right? Is that an accurate statement, Mr. Neptune?
It's totally true.
Awesome.
Yay.
So what can I double or eventually triple my ardite and cobalt if I use factorization?
Yeah.
Really? I can do up to triple?
Yes.
Nice. All right, so then what would you recommend for early game power generation at this point? Would you recommend I jump straight into the solar thing, or...
There's a somewhat new way of generating power using the calorimetric burner, and that
Oh.
just uses food to heat up a steam boiler.
Oh, that's cool. So
Where do these items
calorimetric
go?
burner, it heats up food, you said?
Yeah, it eats food and digests it and turns it into heat.
That's
Cool.
neat. Will it work with
So,
potatoes?
Yes.
Oh,
I
really?
think the only thing it won't work on forestry foods. I need to get around to fixing that because they do strange things. But
Right. Well, that sounds cool.
where do these items go after we put them in one of the machines down below?
So anything that's a food type equals calorimetric burner.
uh, yeah, better foods give you they give you more heat, and I think they last longer. I forget now.
Well, that sounds interesting. So how do you know which foods are better? Just based on like the same way they would feed you better, or...
Yeah.
So potatoes would
And
be
you
pretty
can
good then?
also have more than one calorimetric burner on a boiler. So if you have like bad food like watermelon, you'll still be able to make a power system with that. You just have to use like more of the food.
Right, I gotcha. So let's see. So there's calorimetric burner. That doesn't look too bad. I just need some sulfuric acid going on. Parasiev, that I don't want that, right? Let's see. I might want a Leyden jar. Just that's basically a storage, right? Storage of energy.
Yes, it's just like a more, it's like a higher tier battery basically.
Gotcha. All right. Water boiler. That's what I want, right? Sucks water from below. Okay, so make a water boiler and a calorimetric burner, and then I should be able to get some steam production.
Yep.
And then I use that in the steam turbine.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, let's get the stuff we need for that. And YouTube, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Let's put together everything we need to do. So, sticky piston, and then I need to get some sulfur, which I believe is some gunpowder and coal. There we go, sulfuric acid. Let's get our calorimetric burner then. Boom. Awesome. So, place next to a water boiler converts food to heat. Now, the water boiler needs a heat source, sucks water from below. Do I need to have an infinite water source or just one source block underneath it, Neptune?
You need an infinite source.
Infinite water source? Not a problem. So we'll want a couple buckets of water to make sure we have an infinite source of water. Let's actually go run outside real quick. Any enemies out here? Hiding from zombies, of which there are many. Yeah, a lot. Where should I set this up? The other thing I will probably want... Do I want a battery or do I want the Leyden jar? What's an empty socket do?
You can put lacerators, which are the replacement for grinders. You can put lacerators in them, or you can put robot arms or item shifters in them.
Interesting.
You know what all those things do, right?
No.
The lacerator is a combination of like the grinder and a block breaker. The item shifter just moves items from its back to its front or the other way around, and the robot arm is a deployer.
Interesting. You're going to need to show me all these things.
Mm-hmm.
I am relying on you to show me what you are talking about, my good sir.
Okay.
So another sulfuric acid and some lead and iron. That I shouldn't have a problem getting. Don't mind me. Just getting the stuff I need.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a battery, and we'll look at Leyden jar at some point in the future. Neptune said it might go ahead and drain a little bit of energy and be a little bit wasteful, where batteries are less wasteful, right? So... I heard an explosion.
It was not me.
I don't know if I believe you. Alright, so I've got a decent amount of lead wiring. I've got a bunch of other stuff. Now, the only other thing I haven't made yet, I've got the steam turbine. I haven't made the steam turbine. That's what I need to make. So I need a motor, which requires a magnet, which should be something like this and this. There we go, magnet. And remember, guys, when you make the magnet, it drains a little bit of the battery block's charge. Not a big deal, though. But now we've got the motor. We need some insulated coil, which requires a block of clay. That's an interesting proposition. May or may not have a block of clay laying around, though I think we do. Yes, we do. Awesome. And lead all around it. Do you have lead in your world, Jen?
You can get lead from silver ore.
From silver ore?
Using the slag furnace.
Using the slag furnace. Gotcha. Okay. So there's the motor. And we need a fan. And then steam turbine. Close. Ah, glass panes. Nice. Alright, I think I've got everything I need to set up. So let's go downstairs and give it a shot, shall we? Alright, where do we want to set this up? Maybe back in this corner? Might not be a bad spot.
The yellow one or the red one?
Red one. Does that sound good, or should I go yellow?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. Alright, so maybe like inside the wall here. What I'm thinking is like power generation inside the wall leads to battery block here. So something like this, right? So here's the battery block that'll power the machines that are out here. And then behind the wall,
user joined your channel.
That would be cool. Hello, user.
Lyra.
Hello.
Lyra.
How's everyone?
I'm good. How you doing? I'm recording, Soren's streaming. It's a general party.
Woo, party. I just got home late last night, so I'm still adjusting.
Hey,
Yeah, I just got back from the con.
I've been here all weekend.
Guys, I
Well,
think I have to
yeah,
resync because I'm getting a block that's still there, but not. I'll be right back. All right, thinking out loud again. Maybe caliometric goes here. And I'm guessing just lead wires straight from the caliometric. Or no, the caliometric is the heat source. Okay. So that has to touch the steam boiler that runs the turbine. Okay. So steam turbine here. That's where we're going to run our wires from. That looks pretty good. Now to get the steam, we're going to need a water boiler, and that's going to need to sit on top of a water source block. So we'll do this. 1, 2, 3. That ought to do. So you and you. There we go. That'll be hooked up to the water boiler. So see how it's stealing water source blocks from below? And then the caliometric burner can go here. And that'll be then accessible to the world. And that should look pretty good. So what I do, just right-click items into it?
Yeah, or you can like use a hopper to put items into it.
Gotcha. Now, would it be wise to bake my potatoes before putting them in? Or raw potatoes versus baked potatoes don't matter? Or...
It would definitely be a good idea to bake them first.
Okay, so it literally acts like, hey, I'm just like you're eating, and...
Feed me, Seymour.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So bake your potatoes
I know
before
that
you put them in.
reference, Soren.
31 baked potato, look at that. That's cool. And now if I get my charge meter here, I should be able to see that we've got a storage charge of 58. This has a charge of 20, steam 0, fan 0. This has steam 10.1, 11.8. I see. And then you have 30 baked potatoes in you. So we've got steam, we've got water, and at some point this will start spinning. And I assume I just have these things touching, right? And I'm good, Neptune?
Yeah, that should work.
Okay. I'm in our basement if you want to come investigate what I'm making.
I'm still walking back home.
Oh, okay. So at what point, or what number of steam should I be looking for before we start getting the charge build up in the steam turbine?
Ooh,
I know. I'm asking technical questions now. I'm at 16, and it seems to be sticking there.
16 in the boiler?
Yes.
Okay, then it's not outputting steam. Is the turbine on top of the boiler?
No, doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then there's your problem.
Here's your sign.
I wouldn't go that far, Soren.
Not this time, anyway.
Aww. That's a good
Alright.
job.
Calorimetric. I'm going to move it then, and I'm going to put the calorimetric here. I'm going to put the baked potatoes in there. And then I'll put the steam turbine like this. And maybe we can do something like... That's probably not going to work.
Hello.
Oh, it's spinning now. That's cool. Hello.
Hi.
So the fan's spinning. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how I want this whole thing to work now.
Move away
With
before it blows up.
with this new knowledge of it's trickier than I thought. And positioning and such. So let's just run this thing. Maybe I'll put the battery in the wall. There we go. Battery's charged up now. Cool, 100%. Now, here's a question for you, right? If the steam turbine is maxed out on its charge and steam contents, will the calorimetric thing stop eating up my food?
No, it will waste energy, but there is a way you can deal with that using a comparator.
Oh, yeah? That sounds
Yes.
complicated. Also, how do I get my food out of there?
Redstone signal to the calorimetric burner. It'll stop digesting,
Oh, okay.
and you can get that signal from a battery block.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Geez,
So-
Soren, I go away for a week and you start building pretties. What happened?
Hi.
He's doing a good job.
Yeah,
He's
I
been
know.
possessed.
That's my backhanded compliment there.
Your ruffles are wearing off of me.
So, battery emits a redstone signal when it's full?
The comparator just will output a signal strength based on how full it is.
Oh, cool. The comparator. Okay. Cool. Alright, I'm trying to think up a good plan for this. I might just have to rearrange a few things, but that shouldn't be a problem. I think that's fine, actually. I wonder if I had the calorimetric underneath the battery box? Maybe. We'll see. I'll figure something out. But for now, this will at least work.
Where's the fortress in another?
I might rearrange this build now that I've got an idea of how it works, so YouTube will be back. Alright guys, we are back to recording. Look what I made. This should do, right? Alright, how do I face this comparator so that it does what I want it to do?
You place it
Place
properly.
it while you're standing on top of the battery.
Like that?
Yep.
Okay, and where's the output? The front?
Yeah.
I see. Okay, so because the battery is full, it's emitting a strong redstone signal?
Yes.
Okay, well that's just great. I wanted it to go here. I mean, we could just, you know, be funny about it, but
Dire being funny about it.
indeed.
What does funny entail in this case?
See, like, that's probably not a good idea, doing it this way, right? I guess that works, right?
Is there any food in it?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
Oh, you know what
I
else?
don't know if that would actually work, but we can find out.
Well, I could always do this, too, if I wanted. Right? Well, I guess that's not good either. Because of redstone.
Redstone.
And then have, like, a thingy there.
Yeah, or you could put like a block on top of it. That would that'd make the redstone do the right thing.
But if there was a block on top of it, I couldn't feed it, right?
Huh?
If there was a block on top of it, I wouldn't be able to really feed it, right?
Oh. Oh no, that's not what I meant. Like if you put it on top of just to keep the wires from connecting.
Oh.
On
Oh,
top
yeah,
of the
yeah, I
redstone.
see what you're saying. That looks ugly, though. But so does that. I mean, let's be fair.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's also, like, this option, right?
Although you do have to feed it from the side because that's where the teeth are and stuff.
What's that?
What?
You have to do what now?
What?
Okay, when the block is active, does it make chewing noises?
It should.
It makes the burp noise, but that's a
No, Neptune, you have to make it go hum nom 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 nom. Nom nom
Just
nom,
like the
nom,
chest.
nom, nom.
Hungry chest.
I'm just going to go with this method for now, and then maybe at some point in the future we'll go with more. But, so, like, look, right, it's not spinning. Turn off the redstone signal, and it starts spinning. Turn on the redstone signal, it stops spinning. Cool? That works for me. We've got baked potatoes in there. We've got steam buildup and power and all that. See, look, steam's dropping already. Fan is at 0. Charge is at 99. Cool. So basically, redstone control with a lever. That works for me.
lazy dyer.
Lazy dyer is lazy.
Indeed.
I want it to look nice. So sue me. So then we can have, like... We can wait, we can sleep, you cannot.
Always pass.
By the mysterious prankster of mystery. That's interesting.
Oh, that's
What now?
I feel like Mist was in our house.
You can believe
Yeah.
whatever you want, Dyer.
Alright, so my plan then, guys, is to have lead wires coming out here. And power the machines like so. Wow, there's a lot of wither skeleton skulls here. How'd you get so many wither skeleton skulls already? That's what I want to know. Alright, time to make a few more machines. Alright guys, so I need some diamond shards, and Neptune's telling me in order to get those, I need to blow up a diamond block. Is that right, Neptune?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Use a
sound
vanilla
fun.
explosion because other explosions are kind of iffy.
What's that?
Other explosions are kind of iffy, so use a vanilla one.
So vanilla TNT next to diamond block equals win.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe I shouldn't stand next to the TNT?
No, you should definitely stand next to TNT.
Hooray, I
The
got
creepers could also work if you don't want to.
18? Does that sound right? 18 diamond shards?
Yeah.
Cool.
Just whitelisting.
He can still join TS while he whitelists. Cheater mode. Alright, so I've got my stuff, so now I need a lacerator. No, that's a socket part. So we need a socket, which looks pretty easy to make. Then we need a diamond, this doohickey. Oh, iron.
Scientific words.
Yeah, well, I put my iron away, so, because I'm a dummy. And I also need a motor, which requires some lead, some insulated coil. Yeah, alright. Let me get all this put together, guys, and I'll be back. Alright, guys, we're back. I actually ran out of the lead that I had, so I'm getting a slag furnace. You know what I should probably do is make a heater. What's involved in that? That requires insulated coil, which requires lots of lead, which I don't have. So in order to get lead, I need a slag furnace, and let's go ahead and put it here for now. I'm just going to throw some coal in and the silver ore that Mr. Pink found for us, and that should be pretty good. So what does the slag furnace do again, Neptune, for just normal ores? Anything in particular?
It gives you zombies. It gives you zombies.
It gives me zombies. I can see that.
Stop that. Please.
Clearly, it gives me zombies.
We have way too many zombies. Don't give us more.
Yeah, we don't really need more zombies, buddy. I mean, I
They
appreciate
don't
the
want
thought,
zombies on their
but
lawn.
it gives us a giant creeper
No,
hat.
it gives you. It gives you. It has a small amount of doubling your ore, and it gives you smooth stone.
Cool. Okay. So that should be enough for what I need to do here.
I'm gonna make this white. Ooh.
Use this motor recipe. Looks like that. Okay. You and you go here. All right. So I've got the empty socket and I've got the lacerator, right? So that's maybe like the first thing we should hook up. And where's my battery again?
Oh.
What did I do with my battery? I know I had one.
It danced away.
It must have. Not really what I do with my battery. Where did it go?
Ryan Menzies! Yay.
Alright, let me find my battery and then we'll be back. I found it. I had left it in the Tinker's table.
Yay.
So let's charge it back up with our charge meter here. And I'm thinking, well, so the lacerator needs a block placed in front of it, right? You said?
Yes, and it needs an inventory behind it.
Oh, really? So power should come in from the side or bottom then.
Yeah.
All right, we can manage that. The good news about these wires is they should run something like this.
I'm gonna walk away from this.
Well, that looks pretty fancy, Mr. Neptune.
I still need.
Just curious at how much this needs. All right, so in order to pulverize stuff, and that's basically what this thing, the lacerator, does, is it pulverizes things?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cover up this scary wall of skeleton skulls.
Thank you.
Yeah, because it's creeping me out. I'm not gonna lie.
Odd.
That's the wrong color, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. All right. So an inventory needs to be in front. You said it should be a barrel.
You need a barrel in front. Like you can place blocks, but it's easier to just use a barrel.
Okay. Well, let's try it both ways.
And you need like a chest or something behind it for it to put items into.
Okay. So I'm going to get a barrel, I'm going to get a chest, and I'm going to get the items that we need. So first off, chest. Second off, barrel. There we go. And do I have any ores that I can test this out on? That's really the question, I think.
There's some upstairs.
Yeah, but I don't know if any of these are dictionaried properly. I mean, do you know if iron gravel ore will work?
Yeah, gravel ore should work.
Gravel ore should work? Okay. And I'll just go ahead and get a bunch of this stuff. So it's basically a block breaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so let's put the chest here behind this for now. And put the gravel ore like that, and it'll detect that there's something in front of it, it'll chew it up, and then it'll spit it out behind, right? Cool.
Yep.
That looks pretty neat. And yeah, we'll be back in a second. Alright, so that was pretty cool. And once it's done, it stops spinning, it stops drawing power, and look, we've got dirty iron gravel. Now, we can use this in one of two ways. We can clean it manually with a bucket, it looks like. Or we can smelt it. So we've already doubled our ore. Cool. Slag furnace will give us iron.
Joined your channel.
142% iron in the slag furnace?
Hey, Brooke.
Something like that.
Neat. So there's a chance that we'll get double in the slag furnace too.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Now, is there an automated way to clean it, or does it just have to be a crafting recipe with a bucket of water?
Yeah, just a crafting recipe. The mixer can do it. That's what it was for originally, but I made it so that it's a crafting recipe rather than a specific machine.
Okay, so mixer doesn't work?
Mixer does work. It does shapeless crafting recipes and
Oh, I got you.
Alright,
Cool.
so
Now, if we don't want to manually place iron, gravel, ore down in front, did you say there was an item that places blocks?
There is, yeah, the robot arm.
Robot arm. Robotic arm. Oh, that looks all kinds of complicated. We're not going to get to that. How about we just do the barrel method? So you said put items in barrel, and it'll work like that?
Yep.
Cool. And it should just draw out of the barrel and double the ore that goes in there. That's pretty cool. Now, again, guys, the reason we're doing this is very specifically because I want to be able to double my ingots and stuff that I get from the nether, specifically ardite and cobalt, which I don't think work in any other mod for doubling. So I can't throw ardite or cobalt in the macerator, right? So if we looked it up, ardite, where's the ore version? Ardite ore. Oh, lacerator, ardite ore. In a barrel or as a block, lacerator gives you dirty ardite gravel, 200%. Nice. Slag furnace gives you 120%, so you 1 in 5 chance of getting double your ores there. But basically, ardite ore, your best chance is in a slag furnace to double that stuff. So in a lacerator to double it. And then we can mix it, and then after the mixing, right, we get the clean ardite ore. We can either smelt that into an ardite ore, or we can throw it in a slag furnace to get 2 reduced ardite chunks. And then we can crystallize that into crystalline ardite. Aqua Regia does not get used up. Neat. Crystallizer. Yeah, we're going to have to set up this whole process. Netherrack powder, fire charge, or blaze powder and fire charge. Netherrack powder is just netherrack. Oh, that's cool. That's not bad at all. Oh, look, it already tore through that. Awesome. Now, I purposely had this thing kept off, and it looks like we completely or almost completely drained our battery. Cool. So we can just flip it back on and start recharging things. Might be a tad fast. Nah, it's perfect, dude. Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah, look. We've got 5 left. Okay, 4 left now. Cool. So 100% speed. We're building up our charge here. This guy's running. But I think, unfortunately, we've hit a good wrapping up point for the episode. So what I think I'll do is kind of maybe toy around with how I want to build this out. We're going to want the mixer, we're going to want the crystallizer and the slag furnace and all that stuff. So why don't I go ahead and get ready to start messing around with those things, and then hopefully we should have a nice process to, like, at the end it's a tripling of the ores, right, once we do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is the slag, or is the crystallizer still like 15 minutes to run?
Yeah.
Aw, that's a lot of minutes. That's okay, though. I'm cool with that.
let's see.
Alright, so you should be done now, Mr. Crystallizer. Now, is the crystallizer going to stop running when there's no more blocks inside the barrel, or is it going to keep running on the barrel? I have to break the barrel.
It'll stop running.
It will? Because it's not.
Okay, it's supposed to stop running. It doesn't stop running, though, but it won't break the barrel.
Okay, but it will drain power constantly?
Yeah, I think it will.
Okay, so let me break the barrel for now. Ow, it hurts, too, if you stand in front of it. Ow! Who knew that sharp diamond pointy blades spinning in front of you would hurt? Nobody told me that.
Wow.
It's something that no one could ever expect.
I did not expect
Unfathomable.
pain. All right, guys. So we do got to wrap up. We've definitely hit the wrapping up point. So what I'll do is start toying around with factorization stuff and come up with a plan for the entire build. For now, though, this is Darryl20 signing off. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, and take it easy.